Okay, so now we're going to talk about competition for land in CBDs. Because of the CBD's accessibility to jobs and services, there is high competition for the very limited sites. In turn, prices for land in the CBD are very expensive. There are two distinctive characteristics that are a result from the high land costs in CBDs. First, the land is used more intensively in the center than anywhere else in the city. And second, there are some activities that are excluded from the center because of the high cost of space. Because of the intensive demand for land and space, CBDs tend to grow vertically. Compared to the other parts of the city, the CBD uses the most space below and above ground level. Parking garages, subways, loading docks, utility lines all run underground as there is not enough space above ground. Telephone, cable, and electric wires also run below as there is not enough space available and they are hazardous. Some CBDs like Toronto, Minneapolis, and Montreal even have pedestrian passages and shops below ground, shielding pedestrians from harsh weather and motor vehicles. Because of the space demand in CBDs, high-rise structures are very common. Each building looks similar, but each city has its own unique skyline. The first skyscrapers were built in Chicago in the 1880s, after the elevator and iron frame construction was invented. At first, these structures blocked light and air movement, but with current technology, it is not a problem anymore. The nature of an activity influences which floor it occupies in a typical high-rise. Retailers pay high rents for street-level space to attract customers. Professional offices, which do not necessarily need to attract customers, usually occupy the middle levels. Apartments typically locate in the upper floors where there are lower noise levels and panoramic views. High rents and land shortages discourage two principal activities in the CBD: industrial and residential. Factories require large amounts of land in order to operate, and thus suitable land is only available in the suburbs. In the past, inner-city factories and retail establishments relied on waterfront CBDs that were once lined with piers for cargo ships to load and unload and warehouses to store the goods. Today's vessels are too large to maneuver in the shallow waters of the old CBD harbors. Modern port cities have transformed their waterfronts from industry to commercial and recreational activities. As a result, CBD port cities have become a major tourist attractions in many cities, both in North America and Europe. CBDs used to have a large population, but many residents abandoned it because of a combination of push and pull factors. People were pulled to the suburbs because of the larger houses and yards and better schools, and pushed from the CBDs because of high rates, high crime, congestion, and poverty. In the 21st century, the population of CBDs has increased because of the new apartment buildings and townhouses that have been constructed. Downtown living is especially attractive for two types of people: those without children or those who have not yet had children. These groups are attracted by the entertainment, restaurants, museums, and nightlife that is clustered downtown.
Created using Powtoon.